Hello and welcome to Throwdown Thursdays. My name is David and today I'm joined by my good friend and fellow teammate James.
Hello!
And today we are playing Splendor, the expansions. This time we are playing with the Orient. If you'd like to learn how to play the base game, obviously you can watch Natalie's video. She explains how to set up and play the game. We've already played it once before, so if you'd like to watch that as well, feel free to do so. So what this game does, this version of the game does, it adds 3 extra decks on each tier, 1, 2 and 3. And what they do, they give you different types of developments to play with that are completely different to anything else from the base game. And what it's supposed to do is hopefully speed up the game, but it doesn't necessarily always work like that. Everything's the same. You've still got the nobles, still got the tokens and everything. So let's talk about the first deck. It comes with, as you can see at the bottom, a double wild, which is very interesting.
It is, potentially. It's 2 wild gems that you could use to purchase any card. If you have a very cheap board to start with, it could work very well in your favour. Yeah. And the cards themselves, they can be cheap as well. If you can see on that board, we have 2 cards with wild gems, and one is only 3 diamond and one is 3 emerald,
which you see actually in the base set anyway from on the green level 1. A couple of cards like that one there, it's worth 3, isn't it? But yeah, you have to discard the card once you use it, obviously. But it's still very, very helpful.
Oh yeah, especially if you're facing at the start an expensive board. Luckily, that wasn't the case this round. We had a pretty cheap looking start, and yeah, we didn't tend to go for them straight away. Or when we were picking our gems, as you can see, we didn't look like we were going in that direction.
No.
Well, maybe I did. I think my first turn I reserved T green, but that wasn't for that particularly.
No, it wasn't. So we've got the second row as well. You can see there's a nice onyx there, which is double for double development, which is really, really handy. There's one for every single token as well. So there's double diamond, double emerald, which is also really, really good. So when you get that, it feels like you're being rewarded with 2 developments in 1 turn, which is really nice.
See, that's what I tend to call eye candy.
Yeah, you focus on it and you're like, yeah, I definitely need me some of that.
It's just you'd feel so. It's just such a big reward. I feel if you manage to get that early, especially early.
Yeah, if you focus on the reds and the blues right now. Once you've got a handful of those, and then you buy that black, well, you've suddenly got a load of blacks on you as well. And if you've got 1 extra token, that's free, really, that you can spend for something else. It's quite helpful.
And it's a big jump toward your nobles if you happen to be looking in the direction of your nobles.
Yeah, or if you've already got 1 black development, it helps, doesn't it? Or any development, and you get the double one. The one next to it, and actually the ones at the bottom set now, they're the money bags. Once you buy those, you can put them to any development that you already have. You can't, if you don't have any blue developments, for example, you can't make it a blue. It has to go on top of an existing one, and it becomes that development, which is very helpful because it's like a permanent wild.
Yeah, it's like a joker. You can place it on any card. If you're a bit short on 1 development, well, actually, the rule is you have to have a starting card on that development.
Yeah.
And then you can add to that. So if you're a bit short on 1 development and you've got your own particular card out there, and it's that development, it's not such a big problem anymore.
Yeah.
This is the debate we've been having. That we call them money bags or a bag of gems.
I think it's a bag of gems.
I think a bag of gems sounds nicer.
Choose whichever one you want, really.
Yeah, it's more in line with what we're playing.
Exactly. The second tier also has not only the bag of gems, but underneath that as well, it allows you to take any card for free from the bottom row, including the ones from the new Orient decks, which is also very nice. It allows you to get closer to the nobles or just build up 1 development a lot. So if you take that one, turn it into a black, take the black as well, that's also 1 prestige point. And so now you're left with double black, which is really, really interesting.
And depending on what's out there, it's a big reward. If you spent resources out for that,
yeah,
another card, another development that you're after, that's particularly expensive, you're getting that for free.
Yeah.
It's 2 cards for free. Or you've only spent out for 1. It's buy 1 get 1 free.
Yeah, it's very useful, and especially if you didn't have to spend that, just put in 2 tokens back and you get that development, and then you get another one for free. It feels like you're getting so much for so little, which is really rewarding. The top tier, which is probably the most interesting, it's got one. You see the one in the blue in the top left right now.
Yes.
All you have to do is discard 2 developments of the given colour. For example, this one, you have to discard two diamonds. and then you get it for free. Well, not for free. That's the cost.
That's
is
the
it?
cost.
That's the
for it,
cost. Which makes, and it gives you free prestige points, which is really interesting. If you're not looking to get any particular nobles with the developments that you've got, you can just discard those and then gain that further. What's the word I'm looking for? Like advantage over your opponent.
Over your opponents, yeah. I think you've hit the nail on the head there. I mean, one, you're getting points, you're putting your opponents under pressure. But I mean, I think by the time you reach tier 3,
yeah,
you know, you're well into the game. Everyone's strategy is apparent. Their development, you know, you can see their developments in front of you. So yeah, and by the time it comes to paying those 2 diamonds, you might not necessarily need those diamonds, depending what's out on the board.
Yeah,
you know, it's like, for example, the top tier. At the moment, you've only got 1 card there that needs diamonds.
yeah.
The rest are green. You know, what's it, 7 green,
Yeah.
7 blue, 3 green, 7 green, 3 red.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, you might not necessarily think twice about making that sacrifice.
Yeah, exactly. And it's worth 3 victory prestige points as well. Which is
exactly.
Nice.
So that's it. You're building up your points. You're getting a colour toward a card that could potentially give you 4 or 5 points.
Yeah. I've actually just purchased from the second row, which is another card that's in this deck, the opportunity to reserve a noble, which is one thing you said you don't really like about this game.
This is one gripe I have with, as I said, all these cards are amazing. They're new abilities, and you know, they're all there to be tried out. But the one thing I found a bit frustrating was when you purchase, so in tier 2, the diamond that you got here, you purchase the card and you can reserve a noble. So if you're working toward that particular noble and someone reserves it, they might not necessarily mean to hurt you, but it does. It's like a kick in the teeth.
Yeah, it really
It is.
Like in the base game, you know, you work towards it. You can see everybody's getting close to that particular noble. So you think to yourself, I'm going to sway away from it a little bit and go for a different noble. Or I think I can actually get that noble before another person. But just having that card flop out after you've just bought one, your next opponent buys it and then reserves the noble you're about to get, and you're just like, now what do I do?
I will pay you a bag of gems not to take that noble. You know?
Unfortunately, there's no
barter system in Splendor.
No, exactly.
It's cruelty all the way.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I did enjoy playing with these cards though. The ones I really got to utilise was the bag of gems.
Yeah.
Mainly the normal bag of gems, or the ones where you could take off the bottom row. You know, you work hard to pay for them, and you get that little reward. Whereas reserving a noble, you might not necessarily buy that noble. It just hurts another player. Thanks to the expansion, an expensive board can very quickly become a cheap board, and it feels like the gameplay is going fast. But you know, like here, 25 rounds. You know, the game was building, and I feel like it wasn't progressing so fast. It feels like it's going fast, but it's not. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, it did. I mean, I felt I think I didn't actually get a single point until gone round 20. So in the last 5 rounds, I've accumulated 14 points. Out of all the cards from the expansion, then, what would you say is your favourite one?
I'd say the bag of gems with the ability to take off the bottom row, very closely followed by the double gems.
Yeah,
eye candy. It's just that I think they're appropriately priced.
Yeah,
for the reward that you feel from gaining that card.
Yeah,
you know, I say if it was any cheaper than that, I say was it about 7? They cost about. You're looking at about an average of 7 gems to pay for these cards. Yeah, if they were any less than that, it would just make it ridiculously easy.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. For sure. So, well done, Natalie.
Very well done, Natalie. Well played.
Yes, very well played. It's a good expansion. Like I said, makes it a little bit faster, or it seems a little bit faster. You end up buying a lot of the middle tier a lot more. And as you can see, the green deck is still there, and there's still so many cards in there.
That's right. This is what I think. You're not even decked out on the original game. Usually, as the game progresses, you know, the greens are all gone, yellow's like really thin on the ground, and you're just sort of tacking into the blues.
Yeah, you maybe get one or two, one blue at that, really.
Yeah, but like here, I just say just the progression so it just feels so much better, the progression in the game. And if, as you say, if Natalie hadn't been forced down that route, how much longer could the game have gone on?
Oh, who knows?
Yeah,
who knows how it would have been.
But no, I mean, it was a very enjoyable round. Yeah, I'd play this again. I said this isn't a game that I'd consider really a filler. It's a
proper stick your teeth into game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's it's one of those that I feel like working my brain tonight. Let's settle down and have a game of Splendor.
Yeah, and it's different every time. You're always going to get the same card combinations, or nobles.
Let's be devils and throw in an expansion.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.